Tonight on Banana Slug News, find out the real story behind Cinco de Mayo.
What will happen to cultural life on campus if Measure 49 is passed?
Meet the passionate students behind Greek Week.
Get to know the students running to represent you in the upcoming student elections.
An update from the Slug Sports Desk.
And finally, Meatless Mondays have taken over our dining halls. Our reporters figure out why. Good evening, fellow students, and welcome to Banana Slug News. I'm Brian Quiggle.
And I'm Katie Holmes. For those of you tuning in for the first time, Banana Slug News is your source for broadcast news here at UC Santa Cruz, run by the students for the students.
Our first story tonight looks at the origins of Cinco de Mayo. What do students actually know about this holiday? Eric Angeles reports.
As you may already know, Cinco de Mayo is approaching, a day that is celebrated primarily in Mexico and the U.S. However, in Mexico it doesn't really get much recognition, but in the U.S. it is widely celebrated. But does UCSC know what Cinco de Mayo is really all about? It seems the campus is uninformed about the true history behind Cinco de Mayo. History behind Cinco de Mayo?
The history behind Cinco de Mayo. That's a good question. I don't.
I have no idea. I didn't like the Mexican Revolution or something, or I don't know.
But I think it has something to do with Mexican independence.
I've heard things. It's supposed to be like Mexican Independence Day. That's what the answer I keep getting. I really have.
However, a fellow student hits the target on the significance of this celebration.
I know that it has to do about some battle in Puebla against the French of some sort. Do you?
That's what I know. Yeah. I know that a lot of people think it's the independence of Mexico, but I don't know if that's like September 18th. 16.
A major misconception is that Cinco de Mayo is Mexico's Independence Day, when in reality, Cinco de Mayo traces its roots back to 1862, when a smaller and less equipped Mexican army defeated a larger and more equipped French army in the small town of Puebla. However, now many people don't seem to recall its history, but rather see it as an opportunity for alcohol consumption. What are your plans, if any, for Cinco de Mayo?
Drink beer.
I don't have plans, as I will be sober.
My upcoming plans for Cinco de Mayo. What day is it today?
It is the 4th.
It's the 4th today. Tomorrow is Thursday. I will most likely be getting drunk. Don't tell my mom.
I don't really celebrate it because I don't really see a reason to. It's not really like an Independence Day or anything. I just know that it's a great opportunity for beer and stuff to send out commercials and advertise, so no.
And the U.S. only through beer companies promoting this heroic battle, continuing to lose its original meaning.
Cinco de Mayo in the United States, it doesn't really, like, as I see it, it's not really falling into I don't know much history about it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not, the USA doesn't represent Cinco de Mayo as it should be.
It seems like all the activities involve drinking, so I mean, I don't really mind. It's just, I don't. What activities are there besides like taking shots?
I like it. I'm a fan of the holiday. Always end up bringing in extra holidays that aren't necessarily U.S. holidays, so it's cool. The more holidays, the better. The more holidays that are centered around drinking beer, the better too.
Well, there you have it. Have a great Cinco de Mayo, UCSC. For BSN, this is Eric Angeles.
Thank you for that, Eric.
Up next, a measure looking to save campus cultural performances will appear on this year's ballot. Measure 49 is one of several measures on this year's ballot drafted in response to recent campus budget cuts. Measure 49 looks to fund UCSC's Cultural Arts and Diversity Centers, or CAD, housed at Stevenson College. The measure will charge students $5.25 per quarter. Should the measure pass, it will allow CAD to put on certain productions for free. It will also partially fund technical equipment, staffing, and a rehearsal space for CAD.
We'll be able to increase the amount of shows that we can bring in
Measure
for students to see for free. We also have a lecture series, and we have workshops that we'll be able to put on for free for students as well. In terms of staffing, this measure will open up 8 student staff positions that will be paid. They'll be working in the back, like the backstage sort of area of theatrical work, learning things from stage managing to lighting design to set design. We'll be able to get a bunch of new lighting fixtures, a new lighting board, a new sound board, new curtains, a plethora of wonderful equipment that we can use so that students can feel proud of the performances they're putting on and can feel that they're in a space that supports the work that they're doing.
Measure 49 looks to expand the CAD by adding the Filipino Student Association, the Indian Student Organization, and Los Mexicas Dance Troupe. These organizations, according to Fish Leader, have been, quote, underfunded and, quote, have struggled to put on their productions. CAD is a collective of 2 theater arts organizations, Rainbow Theater and the African American Theater Arts Troupe, or AATS. Both organizations provide workshops, lectures, and performances to promote ethnic and cultural appreciation on campus.
The most important thing on our university's campus. Because we have so many diverse groups on our campus, a safe space for all of them is essential.
Cultural arts and diversity is one of the main areas of retention for students on this campus. Students of color and students of different backgrounds and orientations is finding these different organizations that support them and that allow their voices to be heard and that celebrate our differences and our similarities. And if this measure doesn't pass, we have no guarantee that these programs will be here next year.
For more information on Measure 49, please visit their website at elections.sa.ucsc.edu.
Greek Week is here once again. Students representing the various sororities and fraternities at UCSC are out in force. Maggie McFerrin has the story.
UCSC has a less than prominent Greek system. Only 3% of students are actively involved in Greek life. Does that mean that Greek slugs have less spirit? BSN takes an in-depth look at Greek Week, a week-long competition between sororities and fraternities on campus. UC Santa Cruz has 23 different sororities, fraternities, and co-ed sororities associated with the campus. These organizations vary from single-gendered to co-ed and from social to professional. During Greek Week, frats and sororities compete against each other in various events. These include volleyball, powder puff football, soccer, spelling bees, and pizza eating contests. The Greek organizations that place first, second, or third place are awarded points. These points are totaled up at the end of the week to determine a winner who has ultimate bragging rights.
Greek Week is where all of the Greek orgs on campus get together and show a little healthy competition, but also unity within our community. Because, you know, it's Santa Cruz, so we're not as big as other places, but this is when we all come together and show all of our pride, not only for our orgs, but for the campus itself.
Yeah.
Greek Week is like a friendly, competitive competition amongst all the Greek organizations. It's a way that we can come out, have fun, socialize, mingle.
It just builds unity within the Greek community.
Yeah. We're just trying to have a good time and get to know each other better. Like a good example is the teams that are playing right now, the girls are actually being coached by members of fraternities, so it's like a way for us to all get closer together.
Exactly.
Members enjoy Greek life not only for the competition, but for other reasons as well.
Same. I'm a transfer student, so I met a lot of people in Porter. But joining a fraternity actually opened me to meet more people, not just from Porter. I met a lot of people from all over the campus, so it's a great experience.
For me, I mean, you know, get to meet people that are in your same major, that want the same goals as you going forward. And so, like, you could meet people, you could follow, like, if you have, like, role models you can find in the fraternity. I mean, that's what I was looking for as well.
My brother and my sister are both Greek, so I saw what a positive influence it was on their life. So I wanted to have a similar experience, and it's definitely lived up to my expectations.
Being one of the original founding fathers, I saw it also as an opportunity to start a legacy here, something new that this campus hasn't seen, trying to revamp something that, really kind of was lost in the past years. And so we're hoping to just have a change of pace around these parts of towns here.
Greeks are looking forward to the many events this week has to offer.
I'm really looking forward to lip sync. Yeah, me too. We haven't had them all yet, but I would say lip sync is the traditional favorite.
Spectators, definitely. Basketball was the most fun to watch.
Pizza eating, because we actually won. Oh. So it was like the best.
That's biased.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed basketball. That was fun.
Okay, fine.
I can't speak just yet. Dodgeball, I'm looking forward to. Hopefully I don't send anyone.
Lip sync is just the best out of all Greek Week events. Just the best. That's why it's at the end of the week. It's the best.
What's all? I like them all.
Yeah,
actually.
They all have different fun. Lip sync is fun because you get to bring out your creative side, and powder puff and futsal. It's all
really spirited. Yeah. It's like everyone has a time to shine during the week, and I just love seeing everyone come out and do their best.
UCSC Greeks have unwavering spirit and enthusiasm for their orgs.
Whose house? His house! Kappa, 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 Gamma. Nobody knows how happy I am.
Greek Week concludes this Friday with the lip sync event. For BSN, I'm Maggie McFerrin.
Thanks, Maggie. The upcoming lip sync event will be filmed and uploaded to our website, slugtvnews.org.
And now it's time for current events. The world's last World War I veteran, Claude Chules, died yesterday. Claude Chuckles Chules was an Australian and served as a member of the Royal Australian Navy. He was 110 years old.
Having trouble writing your resume? Want to make sure it's the best it can be? Come to the Cover Letter and Resume Workshop, happening Monday and Thursday from 12 to 3 in the Amma Mutsoon room of the Bay Tree Bookstore. Everything will be covered, from cover letter basics to online resumes.
This weekend is the UCSC Juggling Club's Juggling Festival. Be sure to check it out at the West Fieldhouse, starting at 9 in the morning each day this weekend and lasting all day.
There will be a free book event happening outside the Bay Tree Bookstore on Monday. Come down and get some new reading material. Or if you have some used books that need a good home, bring them down and drop them off. Student elections are coming up fast. With many new measures and student candidates, it's hard to keep everything straight. Here's Mered Hidalgo and Aubrey Goslin with more.
With campus elections quickly approaching, we set out to see if the student body had any knowledge regarding the elections and how they receive such information. We found in our research that there's hardly any literature online advertising the different measures and candidates that the student body has to vote on in just under a week's time. I'm Aubrey Goslin with the story. What do you know about the campus elections?
Okay, about elections, campus elections, I don't know anything. I've never voted. I'll see they have the advertisements, here's the 4 people that are running, and then that's it, and I forget. I don't even know where you go to vote. When do you vote?
I feel like there's not enough publicity right now because I don't know anything about it. I don't know who's running and who the people are. You see flyers, but all it is a picture to me. And I just think that if people, who are running went to our lectures, and just said, hey guys, I'm going to be running, and told us about who they were, then I'd be a little bit more willing to vote. But right now I have no information, so.
I feel like it's stupid. What are we voting for? What are we voting for? What, do you know? I've heard about it, but I don't know. But do you even know what we're voting about? Do you know?
All right, so as an RA, we're supposed to know everything. We're supposed to keep people involved and understand everything that's going on in the school, raise awareness, and I've never heard of an election, so I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about the upcoming elections. I feel like they should be advertised better, and If there was literature, perhaps I would read it. I don't know if there is because there's nobody telling us about it. But I feel it's one civic responsibility to make informed decisions, and I would rather not vote than make an uninformed decision.
So having the ability to vote in an election, especially a UCSC election, is a great thing to have because people like me that can't vote in regular elections feel that it's empowering. But with the school, they don't announce it as much or they don't promote it. The only advertisement that they have are little flyers at the bus stops. And like unlike regular elections where you actually get informed and you have all these media telling you what to vote for and what to not vote for, on campus you don't really get that. You just have to decide on what to vote for, and it's just really annoying that you have to go out and educate yourself.
I know about 49, Measure 49. They're trying to get rid of Rainbow Theater and theater, cultural diversity theater, which would get rid of some programs that are the only ones that Santa Cruz is the only university that has these programs set aside for diverse groups. So
the minuscule amount of information those we interviewed had about the campus elections cast a dim tone over the idea of democracy on this campus. Our contact, the Assistant Dean of Students, informed us that, in 2010, the Chancellor approved a temporary increase of the minimum voting threshold to 33% after receiving a request from the Student Union Assembly. Effective 2011, this increase to 33% is permanent for undergraduate students. The minimum voting threshold for graduate students is maintained at 25%. Per the elections policy, this authority is within the Chancellor's purview. Many of the students we spoke to shared the same general anger and idea.
I mean, students are pretty much getting screwed out here, and we need to stand up and have our voice heard, like every single one of us, as much as we can. Maybe voting isn't the best thing, but we can't just sit by and let the regents take all our money without us having a say in it at all. I would like it if everybody participated in keeping our school running in the proper way and keeping us afloat.
Like that.
I mean, it's sad. It's really sad.
So with election information treated nearly as a clandestine operation, aside from the few measure groups and candidates who have taken such pertinent issues into their own hands, what is the future of student voting on the UCSC campus? And with the necessary 8% increase in voting turnout, can students join together to get their voice heard? Questions to ponder leading up to the elections week, May 11th to the 18th. This has been Aubrey Gosselin, reporting for BSN.
Voting opens this Wednesday, May 11th, and ends May 18th at 8 a.m. Once again, you can vote at elections.sa.ucsc.edu or at one of the many voting booths that will be set up around campus.
In sports news, while many students are focused on tennis or lacrosse, a new spring sport is quickly emerging. The UCSC dance team is entirely student-run. They perform at UC basketball and lacrosse games and compete across the state against other teams. They choreograph and perform many styles of dance, such as hip-hop, ballet, tap, salsa, and contemporary. This week, they are preparing for their annual spring show. While the girls are a serious team, they do like to have fun. Here they are, practicing a number with some of their friends for the spring show. The show will take place at Porter Dining Hall, May 27th and 28th at 7:30 p.m. In other sports news, the men's tennis team will compete in the NCAA Regionals May 13th through the 15th here at UC Santa Cruz. Also, the Cardiac 5-mile run will take place May 7th on the main track.
Finally, a recent change in the dining hall system has been implemented, but is it as good a thing as it was made out to be? Are the students happy with it? Bryce Kish and Kanal New Ryan have the story.
Anybody who eats at the dining halls regularly has noticed Meatless Monday. Unfortunately, not many students know the details of this program, such as why it was started, or what it hopes to accomplish. To that end, I sat down with Food Service Advisor Priya Singh in hopes of getting some answers.
Could you tell us some of the benefits this is having for the school?
Well, some people would disagree too, but it reduces a lot of the environmental impacts. It does cut down on the food costs, and then there is the morality aspect. We're not killing animals. I learned to appreciate it a lot more when I came here, because I used to eat meat, and I still, like, when I gave it up, I still enjoyed the taste of meat, but there are a lot of environmental impacts, the health concerns.
During the interview, I also found out about the dining hall's other green programs, including composting and Beefless Thursday.
It's basically like Meatless Monday, except that we just cut out the beef, leave all the other meats. And it's been doing a lot better, I would say, than Meatless Monday, especially because we don't advertise it as much. Again, it's on a cycle, so it's at one dining hall every week. And I think it's actually been doing pretty well, because students are really responding to having like chicken burgers or turkey burgers out, and they've been moving pretty quickly. So I'd say it's definitely a good thing to implement, and it's a start. So, because we're not taking away all of the meat, we're just taking away one meat, and that is the one that has the biggest impact on the environment. So I think that's been pretty helpful. We have a lot of waste reduction programs going on, and we're working on improving our composting, and we can actually compost pretty much everything that comes into the back, including like meat scraps and things like that. And every week we're trucking out huge amounts of compost to another composting facility in Watsonville, I believe. So we're working on waste reduction. We've done trayless dining, which is getting rid of the trays to help reduce water waste. And we're also doing the Taster Not a Waster program to prevent food waste. So basically what that is if you are not sure about a food, you can grab one of the little compostable tasting cups and try some before you take a whole plate full and waste it. And every quarter we try and do plate waste audits at every one of the dining halls to see where we're at as far as waste. So basically what that is we come into the dining halls during the rush hour, and we will take people's food and compost it. And at the end, we weigh basically everything that was left over that day and see where we're at percentage-wise. And we've actually gone down in number since last year. So
I also found out where the idea for Meatless Monday came from.
Well, originally we thought that it had started in Santa Cruz, but Meatless Monday is actually a product of PETA, and students at Santa Cruz were wondering why we didn't have that here, because we are such an environmentally friendly school, and that's basically what we're known for. So a group of students were responsible for bringing it to Santa Cruz, but it's actually it's a PETA thing.
Despite health benefits, student reaction is mixed about Meatless Monday.
Do you support Meatless Monday?
Not particularly. I think we should have meatless options every once in a while, but I think having a whole day dedicated to it's kind of annoying for people that don't like that.
Yeah, I don't eat meat, so I do like it. I'm a fan. And they had Indian food today, which is really awesome, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it's good for everything.
I advocate the fact that they try to appease the vegetarian eaters. As far as the way that they do it, I feel that they'd be able to be much more successful if they would perhaps maybe give some kind of better options for the meat eaters.
Well, to be fair, Meatless Monday is only at one dining hall per week because it works on a cycle. So if you really, really don't want to, you have the option of going to another dining hall. But we do ask that you give it a chance, please. And we're not kind of trying to take the moral high ground, by saying that meat is murder, but there are some definite benefits to a more grain-based, vegetable-based diet. So.
Despite mixed reviews from students, Meatless Monday is here to stay. Meatless Monday is good for you, whether you're going to enjoy vegetarian dining options or you're walking all the way to another dining hall. This is Bryce Kish for BSN, signing off.
That sure was some tasty reporting.
Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight. To keep up with the most recent news on campus, visit our website at slugtvnews.org.
And if you would like to get involved with Banana Slug News or have a story you feel needs to be covered, please email us at bananaslugnews@gmail.com.
From all of us at Banana Slug News, thank you for watching. I'm Brian Quiggle.
And I'm Katie Holmes.
Good news and good night.